Television. I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i presenting tonight's news bulletin. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues royal decrees. The various wilayas of the Far Governorate witnessed varied intensity rainfall, with the tropical system declining into Category 1 tropical cyclone. 30 shelters are activated within 69 shelters prepared in the Far Governorate. And Oman Liquefied Natural Gas Company signs shareholding and gas supply agreements with several international companies. Once again, thank you for joining us. And now, the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues 3 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 68 over 2023 on issuing the law of public debt. Article 1 enacts provisions of attached public debt law. Article 2, the Minister of Finance shall issue the executive regulation of the attached law and necessary regulations and decisions to implement its provisions, and until its issuance, the existing laws and regulations be applicable in a way that does not contradict with its provisions. Article 3 cancels all that contradict with the attached law or contravene with its provisions. Article 4, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date following its publishing date. Royal Decree number 69 over 2023 on issuing of law of tourism. Article 1 enacts provisions of the attached law of tourism. Article 2, the Minister of Heritage and Tourism shall issue the executive regulation of the attached law and necessary regulations and decisions to implement its provisions, and until its issuance, the existing laws and regulations be applicable in a way that does not contradict with its provisions. Article 3 cancels the above-mentioned law of tourism and all that contradict with attached law or contravene with its provisions. Article 4, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect after 6 months of its publishing date. Royal Decree number 70 over 2023 on making transfers and appointments at diplomatic corps. Article 1 transfers following ambassadors to the premises of the Foreign Ministry. Dr. Saeed bin Mohammed bin Ali al-Barami, Sultanate of Oman's ambassador to the Kingdom of Morocco. Najib bin Yahya bin Zairouk al-Balushi, Sultanate of Oman's ambassador to the State of Qatar. Article 2 grants each of the following: Minister Plenipotentiary Khalid bin Salim bin Ahmed Ba Mukhalif the title of ambassador and appoints him as the Sultanate of Oman's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the Kingdom of Morocco. Advisor Ahmed bin Mohammed bin Nasser al-Uraimi the title of extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador and appoints him as the Sultanate of Oman's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the Republic of France. Advisor Sayyida Wafa bint Jabr bin Nasser al-Busaidi the title of ambassador and appoints her as the Sultanate of Oman's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the Republic of Uzbekistan. Advisor Malallah bin Mahmoud bin Sha'ban al-Balushi the title of ambassador and appoints him as the Sultanate of Oman's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to Hungary. Advisor Sheikh Fahad bin Abdul Rahman bin Ahmed al-Ujaili the title of ambassador and appoints him as the Sultanate of Oman extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Advisor Fahad bin Sulaiman bin Khalaf al-Kharusi the title of ambassador and appoints him as the Sultanate of Oman's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Advisor Nasra bint Salim bin Mohammed al-Hashimi the title of ambassador and appoints her as the Sultanate of Oman's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the Republic of Kenya. Advisor Saif bin Rashid bin Saif al-Jahwari, the title of ambassador, appoints him as the Sultanate of Oman's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the Republic of Turkey. Advisor Sayyid Ammar bin Abdullah bin Sultan al-Busaidi, the title of ambassador, and appoints him as the Sultanate of Oman's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the state of Qatar. Article 3. This decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of its issue. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sends a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema of the Republic of Zambia on the occasion of his country's Independence Day anniversary. The latest analysis indicate that Cyclone Tej downgraded to Category 1. The classification of the tropical system maintained its state as Tropical Cyclone Category 1. According to Warning 6, Tropical Cyclone Tej, issued by the Civil Aviation Authority, some wilayats of the Far Governorate witnessed heavy rainfall and fresh winds during the last few hours. Weather charts analysis indicate that the tropical cyclone Tej will continue degrading to a tropical storm during the next 6 hours and make landfall through Al-Mahra Governorate in the Republic of Yemen from tonight to tomorrow morning. The center of the cyclone is 280 kilometers away from Salalah coast, and wind speed around the center is estimated to be between 64 to 82 knots. Currently, the coastal areas of the Far Governorate are witnessing heavy rainfall and overflow of some wadis. Heavy rainfall ranging between 50 to 300 millimeters associated with overflow of wadis and fresh to very severe blowing winds 40 to 70 knots are expected to continue on the Far Governorate and southern parts of Al-Wusta Governorate. The sea is expected to be very rough, ranging between 5 to 10 meters. In addition, storm surge might cause seawater inundation over low-level coastal areas. The Civil Aviation Authority advises all to take maximum precautions and avoid crossing wadis and low-lying areas. It also advises avoiding venturing into the sea during this period. Now, to learn more on this tropical cyclone Tej, we have with us live from the National Multi-Hazard Early Warning Center our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi. Saleh, good evening there. Saleh, can you hear us?
Good evening, Abdullah.
What can you tell us more about the cyclone at this particular time?
Well, as we speak, Abdullah, Cyclone Tej has still maintained its strength on Category 1 at the moment and is expected to downgrade in the coming 12 hours to a tropical storm. The cyclone is moving northwesterly to the governorate of Al-Mahra of Yemen, and also is about 80 kilometers from Al-Mahra Governorate and around 250 kilometers from Bufar Governorate, in particular in the coastal areas, and is expected to weaken actually in the coming 12 hours. To have further updates on the latest developments and the expectations of Cyclone Tej, I have here with me Moza bint Mohammed Al-Marhoubi, meteorological specialist at the Civil Aviation Authority. Welcome, Moza.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
So tell us about the developments of Cyclone Tej. Has, of course, went through different stages. Last night it was on Category 3, and this morning it went to Category 1. So what were the reasons behind this swift change?
Yeah. As you know, each cyclone needs a few features for it to develop further, and that wasn't the case last night. The wind shear itself caused it to weaken, and then we have some dryness that fed into the cyclone that caused it to weaken even more. And as it approaches the land, the wind itself, it fractures and it doesn't keep that continuous, and that causes it to even weaken. Cause it to be even weaker, and that's what we are going to witness within the coming few hours as it moves toward Al Mahra and weaken into a tropical storm. And that's what we're expecting in the upcoming 12 hours till like tonight, later tonight to early morning tomorrow. It should make landfall and cross the border of Al Mahra into Al Yemen.
What about the landfall? If mentioned that the landfall will happen maybe in the next 12 hours, maybe middle tonight or early tomorrow. The expected areas exactly to witness the landfall, and also the expected amount of rainfall and wind speed as well.
As we have witnessed today, we have seen that the wind have been strong on the coastal areas. The wave itself have been risen, and they caused some storm surge on the coastal areas. We have seen rain as well, mostly on Dalkut has highest rate. On other coastal areas, that will continue within the day today and tomorrow. We will see more rain within the Dhofar region and Wusta region for today. It could reach up to like 300 millimeters, and tomorrow will be the same case, but less, as today we have seen the rain bands go into the Dhofar region. Tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow, we will see the eye wall of the cyclone itself, as well as the eye crossing. The eye itself is going to cross in Yemen, but we are going to be affected by the eye wall clouds, and that will cause more rain and more wind in the Dhofar region. The numbers exactly, they're supposed to be between 50 and 100 tomorrow, and 20 and 50 on Wednesday. That's for the rain. And for the wind, we expect 20 to 60 knots today and tomorrow, and that will lessen into like 10 to 20 knots on Wednesday.
After the cyclone makes the landfall, of course, it will weaken and it will become a tropical storm. The expectations after this system makes the landfall and also downgrades to a tropical system. Will it still remain in the tropical system, or also will it the movement? I mean.
The movement of the cyclone currently is western-northwestern toward the Al Mahra region, and once it makes landfall, we expect it to move a bit to the south, again western, but more southerly into Yemen itself, and maybe crossing and causing some effect on Saudi Arabia as well. As long as it is on land, it will keep losing its momentum, it will keep losing its strength, so we are expecting it to downgrade into a deep depression, and then into a depression, and then into a low pressure area within like 36 hours.
Thank you, Moza. So, Abdullah, these are the latest developments here from the National Multi-Hazard Early Warning Center. As the system, of course, approaches the land, it will weaken and it will lose its power. But yet, the Civil Aviation Authority advises all to make maximum or to take maximum precautions during this period until the tropical system loses its strength. And of course, we are all waiting to see everyone is safe and staying according to the notices issued here by the Civil Aviation Authority. The next warning is expected to be issued from the Civil Aviation Authority within the next 3 hours, in particular at 10 p.m. Tonight. That's all, Abdullah, and now back to you at the news studios.
Well, thank you very much, Saleh, there for updating us to the current situation of cyclone, which we came to know now it became Category 1. And we hope everyone do follow the news so that they should not venture the sea and also not crossing the wadis when it is heavy rain in those areas. Thank you very much. A number of wilayas of the governorate of Dhofar witnessed varied in intensity rainfall due to the impacts of the tropical condition Tej. The wilayas of Salalah, Sadah, Taqa, Mirbat, Dalkut, Shalim and Halaniyat Islands witnessed rains with various intensity accompanied by gust wind, which caused a number of wadis to overflow. The wind speed reached 34 knots and sea condition was choppy in the coastal governorate. The impacts of the tropical condition Tej extended to the Wilaya of Al Mazyuna, which witnessed moderate rains. The Civil Aviation Authority issued its forecast for the amounts of rain that may be recorded by the wilayas of the Dhofar Governorate during the coming hours as a result of its influence by the tropical conditions. The amount of rain in the wilayas of Dhalqut, Rakhyut and Sadah is expected to reach 300 millimeters, while the wilayas of Taqa, Mirbat, Shalim and the Halaniyat Islands may record 100 millimeters, while the amount of rain in the wilaya of Salala may reach 150 millimeters. The relief and shelter sectors of the National Emergency Management Committee confirmed the readiness of shelter centers in the Dhofar Governorate, which reached 69 centers equipped to accommodate about 15,000 people. 30 centers have been activated, and there are currently 4,471 people. For its part, the Subcommittee for Emergency Situations Management in the Dhofar Governorate confirmed the completion of the evacuation of a number of homes in central Salala and Adunab regions, the wilayas of Rakhyut and Shalim and the Al Halaniyat Islands. It pointed out that it had early activated the emergency management room led by the Dhofar Governorate Police to receive reports coordinated with the concerned authorities to provide support and ensure the continued availability of water, electricity and communication. The Military Subcommittee for Emergency Management continues holding its meetings in the Governorate of Dhofar. During this meeting, the developments of the tropical cyclone were highlighted. The meeting also reviewed procedures undertaken by the Sultan's Armed Forces SAF to handle the situation within the framework of the plan set in motion by the main Military Committee for Emergency Management. The subcommittee reiterates its continuous monitoring of updates regarding the tropical cyclone. It also assures its full readiness. From its side, the Director General for Aviation in the Governorate of Dhofar confirmed the continuity of flights via Salala Airport, pointing out to take all precautionary measures to deal with the possible effect of the tropical condition. Varied intensity of rainfall continue on the Governorate of Al Mahra in the Republic of Yemen due to the tropical condition. The joint operations in the Governorate affirmed that they completed preparedness to deal with the possible impacts of the weather condition. The joint operations affirmed that work is going on in an accelerated pace as shelters and basic items were prepared. You are with the Sultanate of Oman Television, and later to come in our news bulletin. A workshop is organized on the future of artificial intelligence and its various uses. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. To reflect the position of the Omani Liquefied Natural Gas Company, ONLG, in the global energy market and it continues efforts to contribute to economic growth, ONLG announced the signing of shareholders and gas supply agreements. More details in this report.
To enhance the bonds of cooperation in the field of energy by strengthening strategic partnership with global companies to ensure optimal use of energy resources, Oman Liquefied Natural Gas Company, one of the companies of the Omani Investment Authority, announced the signing of shareholders and gas supply agreements. These agreements reflect the position of OLNG in the global energy market and affirm the company's continuous efforts to contribute to economic growth.
Today we witnessed the signing of the shareholders agreement between Oman and Qalhat LNG, as well as all the partners who will continue with the company as shareholders. We also signed the gas sales agreement between IGC, Integrated Gas Company, and Oman LNG as a single buyer. single seller and single buyer. The contracts for the LNG sales are, for Qalhat LNG, is about 4 to 5 years contract linked to the Brent oil index. And Oman LNG is 10 years contract, also linked to Brent LNG contract.
The agreements signed today are well diversified between Asia and Europe, between East and West, which provides some kind of stability for the market and for Oman LNG and Qalhat LNG.
The agreements include the shareholders' agreement of the Omani Liquefied Natural Gas Company and the shareholders' agreement of Qalhat Liquefied Natural Gas Company, in addition to the gas supply agreement between the Omani Liquefied Natural Gas Company and the Integrated Gas Company, generally aimed at extending gas supply periods for the Omani Liquefied Natural Gas Company beyond 2024.
Which is delivering LNG from Oman in the best market in the world, and restating our shareholders' agreement to a way that is adaptive to our new industry. LNG is growing, and we would like to make sure LNG from Oman continue to be at all key markets around the world.
We're very happy today. I'm very proud of the work that has been done by all the teams and the support we got from the government, from the Minister of Energy and OIA. And I also would like to say that we are very happy to be here in Oman. We have been here for 40 years already, and we want to stay more. We are pursuing an agenda of growth, diversification, and decarbonization, which is pretty much aligned with what the Sultanate of Oman wants to do in terms of Vision 2040 and net zero commitments.
These agreements contribute to the ongoing efforts to maximize returns, enhance revenue, and contribute to the growth of the Omani economy.
The Minister of Heritage and Tourism, in cooperation with the Small and Medium Enterprises Authority, announced the offering of the second package of tourism investments opportunities for 2023. The package is allocated to small and medium enterprises holding an entrepreneurship card, which stems from the Ministry's keenness to support these enterprises and encourage entrepreneurship due to their prominent role in the economic growth of the Sultanate of Oman. The investments opportunities vary between temporary camping projects in the governorates of Musandam, Al-Buremi, Al-Zahira, as well as hotel projects in various governorates. The International Conference on Theoretical and Engineering Solutions for Hydrogen Energy was held in its 18th edition at Sultan Qaboos University, through which the reality of green hydrogen and its future in the Sultanate of Oman was discussed. The conference includes the presentations of several scientific papers and training workshops and discusses the challenges facing green hydrogen in the Sultanate. The opening of the conference was held under the auspices of His Highness Dr. Fahd bin Al-Julanda Al Saeed, Vice Chancellor at Sultan Qaboos University. Acting in cooperation with Muscat Governorate, the Minister of Transport, Communications and Information Technology organized today a workshop on the future of artificial intelligence and its various uses. The workshop targeted employees of Muscat Governorate and other government units, as well as members of the general public, students and job seekers. The workshop came in pursuance of the Ministry's efforts to spread awareness about all advanced technologies or artificial intelligence, advanced technology and opportunities they offer in various fields. Conducted by the National Center for Space Advanced Technology and Artificial Intelligence, the workshop also discussed the extent to which artificial intelligence brings about modifications to daily lifestyles. The Gulf Naval Exercise Ittihad 2023 concluded today. The exercise was carried out by the Royal Navy of Oman in cooperation with the navies of GCC countries in the coastal areas of Al-Batina, Al-Wusta governorates in the Sultanate of Oman. The exercise, which began on the 9th of October, was held with the participation of the Unified Military Command, represented by the Unified Naval Operations Center, and with the support of the military aircrafts of the Royal Air Force of Oman. The exercise included various training plans that were implemented to achieve the joint training objectives of the GCC navies and to strengthen the cooperation between them. The Minister of Health conducted a workshop on the importance of accurate documentations of morbidity and mortality data. The workshop included various topics, the most prominent of which are optimal documentations of patients' demographic data, optimal documentations of death certificates, the documentation of all stages of patients' treatments, and the various medical coding languages used in the Sultanate of Oman and the GCC countries, the advantages and disadvantages of each one, and the importance of documentation for the health insurance application and the money platform. The Minister of Health marks the International Infection Prevention Week by highlighting the fundamentals of effective infection prevention to all. More details coming up in this report. The Minister of Health has joined the world in observing the International Infection Prevention Week. The event is observed on the third week of every year in October, with the concerned personnel at the Minister of Health shed light on infection prevention and reminding all of the fundamentals for effective infection prevention.
Today, Minister of Health marked the International Infection Prevention Week. We are here with the community to promote about infection prevention control measures and to control the spread of multi-drug resistance organism among community.
The week is organized to highlight the importance of infection prevention and control, targeting to educate stakeholders and the general public on the relevance of preventing the spread of illness and infectious agents, including topics such as hand hygiene, infection safety, surgical site infections, impact on antibiotics rational use, that are considered among 2023's theme.
We from the Higher Institute of Health Specialty is collaborating with the Infection Control Department to initiate to the community the importance of being a champion to prevent and control the infection in the community at large.
I am lab technician from ROP Hospital, and I am study postgraduate diploma in infection prevention and control in Higher Institute of Health Specialties, and I am happy to join this event to educate the people about the infection control.
It's worth mentioning that infections can compromise healthcare workers' efforts and harm public health. Poor hospital and hygiene practices rank high among the leading causes of infections, especially in areas where sanitary procedures are loose and facilities are poorly administered. And now, with this story about scouts and guides of the Sultanate of Oman join scouts from different parts of the world in the Jamboree on the Air, Jamboree on the Internet, Jota Joti Camp 2023. More details coming up in this report.
At the Scouts and Guides Training Center in Muscat, the Scouts and Guides of the Sultanate of Oman joined scouts from different parts of the world to learn new skills and explore communication technologies at the Jamboree on the Air, Jamboree on the Internet, Jota Joti Camp 2023, which is the largest annual gathering of scouts across the globe. This year's Jamboree events acquainted scouts with tools and applications of artificial intelligence.
This Jota Joti is Jamboree on the Air, Jamboree on the Internet. We have in the main station, we have 8 rooms. This year, the theme of this year is artificial intelligence and how the people or teach people or all scout also about the artificial intelligence and the tools also and how they use it in their life.
Using the internet and digital radio, the camp offered a platform for the scouts and guides to engage in live written and audiovisual communication sessions with scouts from different backgrounds and gain an intercultural understanding of various countries.
In this room we have separated radio and our part is video call. In my part we are calling with the people in Skype. We call them video call and we try to learn about their about their culture, about their scout culture, about their song. We do it like natural. Last year we contacted with 40 countries, and this year we're trying to connect with like 100 countries.
I use the computer, and we have two parts, the radio and the internet. And I learn lots of things. I get new friends, and I talk with the scouts in the world, and I learn songs with my friends.
Through a host of interactive entertainment activities, the global gathering endeavored to foster values of innovation and teamwork among scouts and guides, in addition to highlighting their talents and abilities in relevant scouting challenges. Such connections and exposure at the Jota Joti inspire the scouts and guides to promote their country at the international arena. From the Scouts and Guides Training Center, Salih Al-Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues 3 royal decrees. Various wilayas of the Far Governorate witness varied intensity rainfall, with the tropical system declining into Category 1 tropical cyclone. 30 shelters are activated within 69 shelters prepared in the Governorate of the Far. And Oman Liquefied Natural Gas Company signs shareholding and gas supply agreements with several international companies. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin, coming to you live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, and it was directed by Adnan Al-Bahri. I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i signing off, together with the international, or with the all crew. We thank you for joining us, and good night.